What's going on YouTube? As you can tell by the title of this video, I am done flipping cars. I've been flipping cars for the last 7 years. It's not something I do consistently, but you know, every now and then I'll go buy a car from the auction and resell it. After my last flip, I decided to just walk away and be done. There's a lot of videos online, especially on YouTube, of people talking about the car flipping space and how they're making like so much money flipping cars. While that is true, you can make money flipping cars, but I wanted to create this video to show you the reality. As someone that's been flipping cars, I wanted to come here and just share my experience, you know, show you the reality of what comes with flipping cars. And also, I'm gonna break down the expenses that comes with flipping cars. The only real success I had with flipping cars was during the pandemic when CarMax was buying cars for way above market price. So that's the only time I was really able to make a solid profit flipping cars. But other than that, it hasn't been working out. So the last car I flipped was a Fiat. It was a 2015 Fiat 500. I ended up going on Copart to look for a car. The Fiat came up and I started bidding on it. Before I bid on it, I looked at the pictures and I said, hey, this is like an easy flip. The damage wasn't bad. Just looking at it, I was able to do some calculations. I knew my max bid, how much I wanted to pay for it. And I also knew how much this car will sell for. So based on those things, I decided that this car would be a good flip. I ended up buying the car. I'm gonna show you guys a picture of what that car looked like when I purchased it. I knew already that I would be needing a headlight, and also here I could tell that I would need a bumper and a fender. So I was like, okay, those parts shouldn't be too much money. And then when I looked closer, just after I bought it, I was like, oh my gosh, the hood is bent. And you know, I was just hoping that this is something that the body shop could fix. So after the car got delivered, I opened the hood just to do some inspection and just take pictures so I could send to the body shop. So here I seen that it had frame damage. So I seen that the radiator reservoir was pushed in to the engine. So that was not a good sign. That's also one of the things that went wrong, right? So, you know, by looking at the pictures on Copart, you can't really tell what's going on under the hood. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, this is an easy fix. I just need to change a few parts and I'll be done. But that wasn't the reality. The reality is that this car had some type of frame damage and it needed to be pulled out. So that means that my original estimate for the repair cost went up a lot. The bumper support, it was damaged as well, but it wasn't damaged to the point where it needed to be replaced. It was repairable. So before I bought the car, I did some searching to see how much these cars were going for. So I went on Facebook and I searched up the car and I seen like it was going for average around 4,000 or 5,000. Right here they have one for 4,500, they have one for 5,000. And I seen this one, these were 5,000, 6,000, 6,000. So I knew that my 3,000 sell price would work. And you know, these cars are probably a clean title. So by mine being a rebuild, I knew that I had to lower my price. So these are some of the things that went wrong during this project that I didn't expect. And that's the reality. When you buy these cars online, you don't know what you're getting. You're just buying a car looking at pictures online. So you can only see really the outside. You don't know what's going on under that hood. You don't know about the engine. Yeah, it'll tell you that the car run and drive, but you just really don't know the full details. Might have an oil leak. You don't know what's going on. This is the bad part about flipping cars. This is the reality, just the unknown. That's the scary part, and that's where the risks come in. So after the car came, the next step I took was finding a body shop. And the way I done this is I just went on Facebook Marketplace and I searched for body shops in the area. And I came across a few people. I sent them a message and sent pictures as well. So I was just going around, shopping around, asking for estimates. You want to shop around for an estimate. You don't want to go to a big shop. Got a few estimates. I went with the guy that had the best price and also had good reviews. So you want quality work for a good price. And you don't want to go with the highest person either because that could eat up your profits. So that's how I went about finding my repair shop. And so Another issue was because the car had more damage than I expected, my repair costs went up. So in my mind, I'm thinking that I'm only going to be paying someone to, change a few parts. But now there's a higher cost because he has to pull the front out and also repair the hood and repair the bumper reinforcement. And so the biggest reason why I decided to walk away from reselling cars is because the repair costs always go over my budget. There's never a time when I look at the pictures and that's all I needed. There's always more parts that you need. In my mind, I'm thinking that, my repair costs is going to be this amount, but by the time you're done, that repair costs end up being double. Another reason why I decided to be done is because the auction fees are high. So my bid price for the car was $10.50. I'm gonna show you the receipt I got from the auction. So here's my Copart receipt. Boom, $17.73. So we went from $10.50 to $17.73. That's over $700 difference. So I'm thinking that I won this car for $10.50. I'm thinking that the fees, maybe we go to $1,200, $1,300. No, we're at $17.73. And here are the fees. They charge a $15 environmental fee, a virtual bid fee, a gate fee, a title pickup fee. They just charge a bunch of fees. A delivery fee, a buyer fee, they charge tax. And that's why this project didn't work for me, because the expenses. Also, another issue was the repair costs. I'm thinking that I just need to change a few parts and we're good to go. No, we had issues that was not expected. Okay, so, and then other than that, to find my parts, I went to a junkyard and I found my parts from Facebook Marketplace. So if you go on Facebook Marketplace, you could just search a car you want. The best place to find your parts is a pick and pull. So that's where I got the best price, but they might not have the car available. The first option is you pull it, pick and pull, do those first because they're gonna give you the best price. And after that, you could search Facebook Marketplace or you could check eBay or Amazon. Just, I recommend searching around for parts and try to find the cheapest parts that you could, because like I said, the most important thing is keeping your expense low. Yeah, so I got my parts and I took them to the shop, and here is how the car looked after. Here we go. After repair, nice and clean. It ended up coming out way better than I expected. He did a good job with the paint. You can't really tell that the car was in an accident. Once the car was fixed, it's time to get the car rebuilt. You just need a few paperwork, and then after that, you just have to wait for the title to come in the mail. I think that takes about 2 weeks. So once the title come in the mail, I took my pictures and I listed the car for sale. I use Facebook Marketplace to sell the car. That's the only place I really listed it at. I don't think Facebook is the best platform to sell cars. I mean, it works. Your car will get sold on Facebook Marketplace, but it's just not really the best experience. You have people messaging you all day, asking you, is it available? You get those a lot. Like I got like 20, 30 messages every day. People asking me, is it available? And then you say yes, they disappear, or they'll ask, what's your address? And then you give it to them, you just don't hear from them. Also, you have the other type of people are people that come lowball you. You have it for $4,000, they come offer you $2,000 or way below your asking price. But anyways, I end up selling the car for $3,300, and I'm gonna show you guys my expenses, right? So here's a list of my expenses. I paid $17.73 for the car. The bid was $10.50. They tacked on over $700 in fees. Then I paid $70 to get the car towed. I used the towing through Copart. It had a really good price. The auction was just 30 minutes from my house, so it was $70 to get it towed. So my body work was $700. I had to buy a fender. That cost me $75, and I bought a bumper for $50. I had to buy a fog light as well to put on the bumper. I bought a headlight for $40. The radiator was cracked. The frame got pushed in. It smashed the radiator tank that was on the top. So I ended up having to change that. I had to also change the windshield washer tank. That was also cracked because of the impact. And I did an oil change, and I had to change the light bulbs. I think these were the tail light bulbs that were out, $36. Oh yeah, I did a state inspection and I did an oil change. So I bought the oil and the filter, and then I just paid a shop to change the oil. Then I had to change the windshield washer sensor. That was also broken. So the paperwork, I had to do the paperwork. So this is the, when I put paperwork, that's the rebuild fee. The amount of money I paid to get the car rebuilt and also for the title. I had to change the sun visors. I believe I changed both sides. So it probably was like 2 for 20. I mean 2 for 40. Change the sun visor. I had to change the hood lift support. When I opened the hood, it was not holding up by itself. I had to change the support. I bought those off eBay and I changed it myself. The hood latch release needed to be replaced. The piece to open the hood, it was missing. So I got one from a junkyard for $10. And I got front seat cover and floor mat, floor carpets and steering wheel cover. So because the interior of the car was very dirty, I ended up getting the car detailed, and then after I got it detailed, I put a seat cover and I put a steering wheel cover. And the armrest was broken, so I ended up changing the armrest, getting a new armrest cover, tail light bulbs. Okay, so I changed the tail light bulbs, and I also changed the front light bulbs as well. So got the car detailed. That was $130, and I changed, it was the hose barb. This was a piece for the air intake that needed to be changed, and I put $10 in gas. So my expense came up to $32.52, and I sold the car for $3,300. I ended up having to sell the car for more than I originally wanted to, because this car is really a $3,000 car. Most of my offers was $3,000, so that's how much I intended on selling the car for. Before I bought the car, I wanted to be at $2,000 in expenses. In my mind, I wanted to profit $1,000. So I'm thinking that I'm gonna buy the car for $2,000 and sell it for $3,000. But as you can see, I'm at $32.52 in expense. It took me some time to get the price I wanted to be at. Most of the people that came to see the car, they was offering me $3,000. But if I did $3,000, I'll be taking a loss. At one point, I did decide to take a loss. They ended up changing their mind for the person I agreed to do $3,000 with. But then I said, you know what? I'm just gonna wait. I'm not in a rush. So someone on Facebook ended up messaging me like, hey, you know, I don't have $4,000. How much you'll take? So I just said $3,300 just so I could break even at least. So I didn't lose money on this project. I made almost $50 profit, which honestly isn't worth it. No one will go into a car flipping project to make $50. So that's why I decided to be done flipping cars. And this happened to me over and over and over. This is not the first time when I purchased a car and the expense ended up being way over. I just wanted to create this video to, you know, just break down the expenses, show you guys the reality of flipping cars. It's not what you see online. This is the reality. This is what to expect. If you do the repair yourself, that's different, right? That could save you so much money. If you see that I had to spend $700 on the body shop, if you're the repair guy, you're good. You don't have to pay people, because that's where most of your money goes to, right? Parts and repair. If you're someone like me, the average person flipping car, then these are the things that you're going to expect. But thank you guys for watching this video. Please be sure to like and subscribe, and let me know your experience flipping cars.